Hey everybody, it's Bishop Aaron. I want to direct this video a bit more to our Word on Fire family. As you can see, I'm standing on this wonderful perch here right near St. Peter's Basilica. We're one day ahead of the beginning of the conclave. And I've been here talking to lots of these TV networks and reporters about, the usual things of who are the candidates and how do you see this thing going. And what I've been hearing from people as I listen around Rome is a hunger for a quiet papacy. And I think what people mean is after the years of Pope Francis that were somewhat tumultuous, some ambiguity, some concern, some confusion about where the church is going, a desire for someone who will kind of be a steady hand on the tiller, maybe keep things quiet, do the basic tasks of the papacy, and not necessarily be an heroic figure on the world stage. Now, I know in my lifetime, we had this great heroic Pope, St. John Paul II, who accomplished marvelous things. Go back a little further, when I was a little tiny kid, you've got John the 23rd, who heroically calls Vatican II, St. Pope Paul VI, who brings Vatican II to fulfillment. We had popes doing kind of great things on the world stage. And the expectation, I think, was that's what the Pope should be. Well, I go back to John Henry Newman as one of my great heroes. Newman writes in the 19th century, and he wrote during a time of a kind of heroic papacy, that of Pius IX. Newman felt that the Pope was not so much a player as a referee. Now, here's what he meant. Newman saw the life of the church unfolding. You've got theologians doing their writing and their teaching and their speculating. You've got the monks and you've got the mystics and so on, living out the liturgical life of the church, the prayerful life of the church. You got all the people doing their care for the poor and for the needy and for the homeless and the hungry, the corporal works of mercy. That's the life of the church that is ongoing. On Newman's view, the role of the Pope was to be the adjudicator of disputes. That if there was division, there was confusion, there was let's say a tension between this and that part of the church, and it had not been resolved at various lower levels of authority, it would finally come as to a kind of court of final appeal to the Pope, who would then adjudicate the dispute and then say, all right, go back to living the life of the church. Now, I use that image of the referee because I think of, when I played sports as a kid, you're playing basketball. Well, the referee wasn't a player. He was indeed running with the players and he was carefully watching the game. And at those key moments when a judgment had to be made, he would blow the whistle, make the call, suspend the game for a little bit, and then right away, as soon as the call was made, all right, back to your play. It wouldn't have been appropriate for the referee to say, look, I'm going to take the ball. I'm going to dribble. I'm going to start shooting. No, that's not your task. You're the one that kind of manages the flow of the game. I think that's close to what Newman thought about the papacy. Now, it's not to say there can't be these heroic popes. I mean, John Paul II is my hero. But I wonder if this interest in a quieter papacy is reflecting some more of that Newman view. A pope that would step back a bit, he would be there, yes, to adjudicate disputes, yes, to ensure doctrinal clarity and so on. But his job was to kind of let the life of the church unfold. I wonder if our expectations are more in this kind of heroic direction. And that gets us a bit in trouble. If the Pope is not doing something extraordinary and changing something, maybe his job is more to step back and referee the life of the church as it unfolds. Well, we'll see. Now, beginning tomorrow, they'll gather to elect the next Pope. What kind of Pope will they choose? We'll find out. But I wonder if there's some instinct anyway for this more Newman-esque understanding of the papacy. And God bless you all.